Bless our families. Bless all our Several Sources babies, past, like Conrad, who's now 25, present, like the babies in this picture, and the babies that are in the womb, and future. All the precious babies who we save at our Gift of Hope in Englewood, when we show the mothers the sonograms of their precious babies, and they hear their baby's heartbeat. We ask you to bless all the benefactors and their families, and the pastors who let us come to their churches and their parishioners.
Hi everyone, my name is Conrad, and I am a Saved Several Sources baby. So when my mom was in need, she had me here at the shelter, here at Several Sources. Kathy is giving me the opportunity to interview some of the mothers here at the shelter. So I'm not sure about how my mom found Several Sources, but I do know that she was at a college close by, Ramapo College. So I would just like to find out from you, how did you find Several Sources?
One day my mom went on the computer and was looking up shelters for pregnancies, and she came across Several Sources. She made a phone call, she called Jasmine, and I had an interview the next day.
So we're really blessed to have baby Noah here today, and I'm so glad that you chose life for Noah just as my mother chose life for me. But from a guy's perspective, I'd like to know, how is Noah's father doing?
Noah's father in the beginning wasn't too fond of having a son or a baby. He wanted an abortion right away. He listened to the people around him because everyone told him I should get an abortion. So at first he wanted nothing to do with us, and once I was giving birth to Noah, he realized that his own son's coming into the world, and he started to come around for us more.
That's great.
He started getting him stuff, and a whole different person came out, but he still keeps his distance from us at times because of his friends.
So when you look at baby Noah, how do you feel?
Every time I see him in the morning, I always see myself in him. Because if you look at my baby pictures, we look the same.
Yeah.
And I always think that God always put him in my life for a reason. And we just have to continue that journey together. And I know he has something good for us along down the road.
Yeah.
But he honestly brings happiness into my life. When I feel down, I just look at him, and it's just a bunch of happiness that fills up into me. So I know he's here for me to become a stronger mom, a stronger person, and I just know he's the one for me.
So knowing what my mom went through and what you went through, what advice would you give other ladies that could potentially be in the same situation in the future?
Honestly, the advice I'd give to moms and young moms is never think that you're alone. You always have support, even if it's not family or friends. There are people out there that do support you.
Yeah.
And they know that at a young age you can have a child and you won't give up, and you can go to school, you can go to work. A baby doesn't hold you back from nothing.
Yeah.
A baby is placed into your life for a reason. No matter what age, the time, it's never a bad timing for them. And just never give up hope.
So as for myself, I've been going to Bible studies to get closer to God and grow spiritually. But as for yourself, has Noah brought any changes to your spiritual side of life?
It has, because at first when I was first pregnant and how everyone was against me, I thought God was pushing me away and trying to make everything harder in my life and take everyone away from me.
Yeah.
So I always thought God just didn't want me to get through with this. I felt alone. But once I had Noah, I started to realize all the good things that fell into my life.
Yeah.
He was one of them. I started going to school, started going to work. So I saw that God didn't leave me alone. He was there behind me. He gave me a challenge, but he wanted me to beat that challenge. So once I started beating those challenges, I noticed that he was with me the whole time. And I started getting closer to him after everything.
So Noah's name, in the literal sense, is a lot greater than it seems, because he's been shaping, a lot of people's lives, just as Noah had a role to take care of, everyone within the boat at the time. So being here at the Several Sources house, I know you understand that the benefactors are a really big part of Several Sources. So just wanted to find out from you, what does the benefactors mean to you?
What I think the benefactors mean to me, I feel like they're family. Family that supports us, the support system that we don't get.
Yeah.
They're the ones that have us living in a home with a roof under our heads. And without them, we'd be somewhere else. Without the help, without the support, and without the love that they give us. So they're the ones that keep us safe and home. They make us feel at home. If there was no benefactors and there was no Several Sources, Conrad, honestly, I don't know where I would be. I don't know where I would be living, what shelter, or who would. I don't even know if Noah would be here, to be honest.
Yeah.
I honestly think there would be no Noah if I had nowhere to go.
Yeah. And there would be no Santa. And over all these years, 36 years to be exact, I can't help but wonder where all the innocent babies would be today.
So I went to social services. They turned me down. I couldn't get any place to live. So I contacted a whole bunch of churches, about 4 or 5 of them. And they put me in hotels for like 2 to 3 days. One put me in a hotel for a whole entire week. And then I ran out of food because I had no food. And I went to this one church and they told me, they gave me food, like a bag of food and some towels. Then they ran to the car with like a baby bottle and it had Several Sources, like the logo on there. And they were like, call them, like this is a good place. The priest was excited for me to have somewhere to go because right before I left that church, he said a prayer and he touched my belly. And I was like 2 months pregnant then. The church told me to call. And we basically got information on the place. And then that's when I came in for my interview. And I've been here for the past 3 months now. He put me here just so I can be the best person I could be the best mother I could be. And
A hug?
yeah.
Like you need a hug.
Merry Christmas, everyone! My name is Julian. I am 7 years old. I am, because of you, one of the Several Sources saved babies. God bless you. We are always praying for you and your family.
How did you hear about Several Sources?
On Google. I found out about you guys one day when I was looking for pregnant people shelters. So then it came up. The first thing I saw was Several Sources. And at first I thought it was a church because I saw like a whole bunch of godly stuff on the thing. So I was like, this is a church. I don't know if I want to go to church. So then like I called up and the first person I talked to was Jasmine. And Jasmine was like, oh yeah, you can come in tomorrow. I'm like, to stay? She was like, yeah, you can come to stay. And I was like, are you serious? I was like, okay. And so I came in and I was very surprised.
And if you had one word to describe your daughter, what would it be?
Fascinating. I would describe my daughter as fascinating. She learned so quickly. Like I showed her one video of Elmo, and it's like, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. And she just claps her hands now every single time she hears a song.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
What brought me to Several Sources was that during that course of me renting there, the rent went up and many of us got evicted. Unfortunately, I didn't have any family. I just found out I was pregnant. I'm having my first child and I didn't know I ended up homeless within a month. Still, I went to work consistently every day. Sometimes if I had to pay my car note, that means I didn't have any money for a hotel, so I would actually have stayed in my car. I went to down to the government to see if the government would help, but my income is too high. My income is too high. So I tried to look for an apartment also. But when you have an eviction on your record, you can meet all the qualifications. But when you have an eviction, you can't rent. So that left me in a homeless position. And I had less than a week to move out my apartment. Me too. She told me to call Jasmine. She said, when you finish with work, come over. And I had the interview right then and there. And then the next day, I has came to Several Sources, and I've been here since September.
Several Sources. Thank you for the best gift you have given me, and I must say that is life. I remember when I was about 14 and 15 years old, and I asked my mother about the packages we used to receive in the mail. She told me how when she first found out she was pregnant with me, she was about 18 years old and believed that she was not able to properly take care of a child. She told me she called your foundation and received pamphlets and videos and automatically changed her mind. I am 19 years old now. I must say that my mother is one of the strongest women I know. Thank you for everything you do. Not just for my family, but for every family that is blessed to have your foundation in their lives. I don't know what my family will do without Several Sources in our lives. God bless.
We'll be praying for you and your families, that you'll have a successful school year. I just hope God blesses you and keeps you. And if you will pray for us, we would be very, very happy. That would help our hearts, make our hearts happy.
Merry Christmas from Lady Grass.
I had nowhere to live. I was living in the street for like 2 days. I came from North Carolina on Good Friday. Got to Newark on a Saturday. And then I went to 50 South Clinton Street, East Orange, welfare. The name at the bottom of the list I know is all women, and I looked down and it says Missionaries of Charity. And that's how I came to 60 J Street. And of course, 60 J Street is connected with Ladies Rest. That's how I came to Ladies Rest. Joyce, what is this Ladies Rest you're always talking about? And I tell her how much this place means to me. It's my family. To bless Miss Charlotte, Kathy DeFieri, Sister Monica, Donna Garden, all the wonderful people I've met. This place has been a godsend. I love Ladies Rest. It means the world to me. I'm so thankful for this place. You saved my life. You saved my life. Okay, so it means everything to me.
I pray you'll be mine and watch her.
At the invitation of Professor Justin Anderson from Immaculate Conception Seminary at Seton Hall University, Kathy DeFiori, Several Sources founder, and the Several Sources sonogram manager, Rosemary Garrett, and one of their pregnant moms, Alexis, visited the seminarians on April 5th, 2017. Each of these 9 seminarians entered the Several Sources Sprinter and viewed the sonogram of Alexis's 20-week-old preborn baby boy. And each of these young seminarians allowed us to videotape their thoughts immediately after seeing the baby's sonogram. We hope you enjoy seeing highlights of these interviews.
Certain tests even lined up where the main reason is to find out a disability. In itself, this is fine, of course, right? To have the parents know, okay, we're expecting a child who's disabled. But of course, what comes on the tail of this in today's culture oftentimes is now, if you'd like, here's where you can terminate the pregnancy.
I think it was important for me to see this baby today in this sonogram because although I've been aware of the efforts to provide sonogram images to the mothers, especially the unwed mothers who are in crisis, so that they know this is a real live living child who deserves to live. I have never seen the sonogram before, and I am just amazed at how active this baby is, how much he was moving. I had the impression, based upon no information of course, that babies in the womb essentially lay there and move their arms and their feet every once in a while. This child is rolling over, stretching out, moving the neck, turning around, waving, kicking. He's a very active baby in the womb. I mean, he's living now. And the mother's very happy too. It was good for me to see how happy she is. She's looking at the sonogram. She's doesn't appear to be, I'm sure she's got worries and concerns about the future, but she's a happy girl right now, and she's looking forward to this baby being born. So this was important for me because I just see what a miracle this is for the dads and the moms to see this child living. And I'm convinced that once a mom or hopefully a potential dad sees this, they're going to be much less likely to listen to someone on the outside who is encouraging them to end the life of the baby. This is really amazing.
Well, first of all, I thank you very much for this opportunity. Like Jacob was saying, it may be maybe the last one for me, the first and the last one as we approach ordination and to be a priest. But I mean, how it changed me, how it's affecting me, I guess it changed that. First of all, I experienced something new and something beautiful because it's about life. I mean, there is life inside of this girl that we just met, and is growing, is moving, is alive. So for sure it's affecting me because as we are also experiencing in the class, we have somehow also to say what to say what we feel, what we are learning, what we will face in the future with all that that this class is homeless people, pregnant women that are alone. I myself am doing a theological reflection, and I will present it in the class about one of these experiences where a girl was wanted to, because of the family, because of the people around her, they were pushing her to have the abortion, but she herself didn't want to. And finally, one of the seminarian, he was a seminarian actually, it's very fitting, was called because she was a Chinese girl, and he was able to speak Chinese, this seminarian, because he was in mission there. So he went to help to see what was going on, because the girl didn't speak Italian. I was in Italy. And so eventually she told the seminarian, now a priest, that she didn't want the abortion. That she wanted to have the baby, but she couldn't. Had no option. She had no option. And somehow he gave an option to her, and she had the baby at the end. So I was first-hand witnessing this, and it's very good to see this, to see and experience this today.
First, I was very happy and excited when we went inside, because I have two siblings who already have their own children, so they sent me actually the picture of the sonogram. So I was like, I cannot see it. Like, it's difficult to see a baby over there from the picture that I received. You can see the shape and stuff like that, but I was like very skeptical, not very, excited about it. But going inside to see how this baby is moving, how it's reacting. The baby also has the sign of peace, like moving constantly. I was really surprised, and it's really a human being. So the baby was moving, was showing the sign of peace, moving back and forth, up and down. So it was really amazing to see how this baby is moving. That is a really a human being that can also feel. To hear the sound of a heart was also pretty amazing. We're surprised that this heart was pumping so fast, and I think everybody should see. Everybody should go there and to see a sonogram. I think just to have an experience, it's make me more authentic. Talking to people, to maybe women or girls who have this problem. Because one is the theory, when you say to the people, and the other thing when you speak about your own experience, also what I felt over there, and I think this might help. So in a sense, I might be more passionate about what I preach, what I know.
Yeah, this is one of the hardest decisions a woman has to make, is to part with her only child. It's not easy. They're not there because they want to be there. Trust me, they're not there because they don't want to. Once they're on that truck, they see the ultrasound, hear the heartbeat, they go home. They go home.
We hope you, or someone you know, will benefit from seeing this sonogram video.
Mary, did you know that your baby boy will one day walk on water? Did you know that your baby little